Hey everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zayn. I'm joined by the one, the only, the beefiest of cakes, Rich Stambolino.
Oh yeah, look at his guns are blazing today.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, dropping those elbows.
What's going on, Rich? Happy
much,
WrestleMania weekend.
Happy 2 days of WrestleMania. Happy Ring of Honor. Happy GCW. Happy Bloodsport. Happy New Japan versus Impact. What else am I missing?
Oh, that was so much, dude. SmackDown was last night. The Hall of Fame was last night. We have Ring of Honor on right now because I'm still following up. I watched all of it last night, but I fell asleep for certain points. Not because the show was bad. I had a hell of a week. So we're at the Cesaro match now. We're going to talk about this, obviously, and everything else that's going on. But there's so much news. There's so much wrestling. It feels like it's a big year for WrestleMania this year. Right? Like, to be honest, they have a lot of interesting programs that they've brought people in with storylines. Yeah. And I haven't been committed to their storylines in a very long time. Obviously, Cody's return to WWE is a great storyline. The whole Roman Reigns bloodline storyline has been unbelievable. Kevin Owens and Sami is unbelievable with the tag match that they're going to have. There's a ton of really cool stuff.
I'm in a fantastic mood today.
Good, me too.
I'm glad I'm here. I want to cut you off real quick.
Yeah, tell me.
Two things. One, how great was that Goodfellas promo that the Bloodline was shot for?
Fantastic.
Right?
Fantastic.
Also, in your opinion, is Goodfellas the most emulated movie or quotable movie in the last 30 years?
You know what's really funny? I was talking to Jess about this, right?
Yeah.
Like, what my favorite movie. If I could, my favorite movie.
Pick one, right?
Pick one. Listen, I don't mean this in a disparaging way, okay? At all. At all. And I hope you guys understand. I feel like a goon when I say it's Goodfellas.
It's a great movie.
It's my favorite fucking movie to watch.
Yeah.
Easily. Obviously, there's better movies out there.
Right.
But that's my favorite. You know what else is my favorite movie?
Go ahead, Casino.
My Cousin Vinny.
Great movie, too.
Love that movie.
You like Depeche.
I like and Casino. Fantastic. I like anything with Joe Pesci.
Home Alone. Great movie.
Great movie.
Have you watched Home Alone with the kids?
Oh, tons.
Yeah?
Yeah. They don't get why it's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
They're like, there's nothing Christmassy about this. I'm like, it takes place during Christmas.
Yeah. It was very Christmassy.
And you know what? Really crappy parents, those McAllisters.
They suck.
They suck.
They're the worst.
They sent that poor kid upstairs on Christmas because he spilt the freaking soda.
Yeah.
They yelled at him like an animal, and they sent him to the attic to like the torture room.
Everybody in that family is an effing douche.
Yeah, totally. Top to bottom.
Total.
And the mom?
Yeah.
Not a fit mother.
No, unfit.
Yeah.
Unfit. I think also there's a weird, two weird things about that movie. I think Catherine O'Hara was maybe like in her late 20s.
I know, isn't that wild?
Like for real. And
listen, she's a babe though.
She's awesome. Yeah. And I think most of John Candy's stuff was ad-libbed.
Oh, and John Candy was the best.
Yeah.
In the airport. Fantastic stuff. This is a show all about Home Alone. Guys, listen, man. I'm psyched right now. I'm loving this. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan. Enjoy it. We're gonna go down all the news, but I'm gonna preach to you guys for a minute.
Preach.
Just effing enjoy this weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Don't get weird. Don't get weird with the overanalyzation. This is a fun thing. Have fun doing this. Don't be a weirdo.
This is what, like the first real full-blown year that everything's popping.
Watch your wrestling. Don't be a weirdo.
Right. Watch your wrestling. Don't be a weirdo. There's so much shit going on this weekend, dude. It's effing crazy.
And I mean weirdo in a negative, not good weird.
Yeah.
Like Rich is good weird.
Thank you.
Rich is really good. I'm good weird. I have to tell you, during SmackDown, when Rich and I went, we took like a handful of edibles.
Yes.
Before we met Stephanie McMahon.
They kicked in after.
Dude, she took off. She turned into Vince and like went to her home planet. It was unbelievable. And at one point, I believe I put my finger, you asked for like the popcorn or something, and I just put my finger in your mouth. And we just let it sit there for a little bit.
No, it was the other way around.
You asked for my finger, I put the popcorn in your mouth. Yeah.
No, you put my finger in your mouth.
I did put your finger in my mouth.
It was like a fish hook. We took a picture, and then you just like you grabbed onto my finger like a mackerel.
Yes, I did.
And it was, and then the joke was that it wasn't the Wuhan lab. That's how it spread.
Yeah, that's how it all started.
We also took that picture in Vegas in SummerSlam. It was the same thing. I gotta stop putting my arm around you.
This is what happens, dude. You put your arm around me, that finger's going in my mouth.
I love this guy, but every time I put my arm around him, he just goes right for my finger.
Somebody has the picture here. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That is hysterical.
Let's see. Oh, that's funny.
Jonathan posted a picture of John Alba, and I don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
And I should. And he wrote, great picture of Andrew and Josh. You should tweet that and I'll retweet it. Guys, let's talk. Where do you want to start? Let's ask the chat room. Do you guys want to start with the news?
That is true. You know what, guys? Let's make it an interactive show today. Great weekend to talk about wrestling. Yeah. I'm honestly like, there's a little bit of FOMO, right?
That not being there?
Just not being, but
if
also.
Dwayne was going, we would have gone.
Yes.
We had already discussed that.
Arranged.
If Dwayne was happening, I told WWE, I'm like, I want to access all the shit. I want to do the interviews. I'll be in. I'll do it all.
We would have kicked so much ass. I got FOMO this weekend too. There's Mania. There's C2E2 in Chicago. There's MegaCon in Orlando. There's a lot of comic book and wrestling shit. But you know what? That's also an extra. I don't know how much money in my pocket by not going to any of this shit.
Yeah, I'm saving a lot of money by not going. But okay, people want to start with the news.
News.
So let's do it. You want to start reading it?
Yeah.
Right.
So Nick Khan did a bunch of interviews this week.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
And we got some highlights here. Fox and NBC Universal can begin exclusive TV rights negotiations this weekend. Hello. Are you going to read the news with us?
Here, come say hi. Come say hi fast. fast. Come say hi. Peek quick. All right, goodbye. They'll ban us.
Bye, Taylor.
All
right. Fox and NBC Universal can begin exclusive TV rights negotiations this weekend.
Yeah, very interesting, right? Things are ramping up now. So once this is negotiated, I expect that the news of the sale to come out or to be finalized. But I think they're close. If I'm gonna guess, right? Like my spidey senses go off. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a private equity group. I don't see it being a publicly traded company purchasing this.
Not the mouse.
I don't see it being the Mouse or Comcast or Fox.
Okay.
I don't see it being Warner Media. I don't see it being Endeavor.
Okay.
I see it being a private entity group. And Vince signing a 2-year contract. Also, Nick Khan signed a contract also. So both of them now. Vince is now a full-fledged WWE employee. He's back.
Talent contract.
I said it last year. When this happened, I said I expect to see him back on TV within a year.
It's gonna happen.
I'm telling you. But
I don't think it's cooled off, but they're waiting for it to cool off for him.
Yeah. It's very possible it could be a partial sale.
Right.
They could be taking a private where Vince still holds 25% equity in the company or whatever. You know, there's a lot of options here, but I'm leaning towards a private equity group based on seeing that. Who's involved in this sale, between the banks that are involved and how this is going and certain people that are involved, I would say that this is going to a private equity group. But you know what? I could be wrong.
I'm holding out. I've been saying for years that mouse.
Yeah, I know. You really want the mouse.
Oh, boy. Give me Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns in the Spider Universe.
Nick.
Oh, no, he can't be in there.
Yeah.
That's Sony.
Okay.
Cast the X-Men.
As wrestlers?
As wrestlers.
Somebody asked me to help him with an article about that a while ago.
Okay, who's Wolverine?
But
it can't be it can't be like,
WWE wrestlers or like
Brian Cage.
No, I wouldn't cast
Go
WWE.
Ooh,
WWE, Wolverine. You know what? I'll go with a weird pick. You ready? Santos Escobar.
Okay, who's Cyclops?
Oh man, it's got to be Austin Theory.
Huh? Who's Beast?
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar's Beast.
Yeah.
Who's Xavier?
Brock Lesnar.
Vince is Xavier.
Brock Lesnar or Big E.
Yeah,
like a Big E in like a lab coat.
Yeah,
like all blue and shit.
He could be a good Hank McCoy.
Yeah,
big boy. Brock could be a good Hank McCoy.
Professor X. That's a good one.
Who's Colossus?
Paul Heyman.
Oh, Professor X is Paul Heyman.
Colossus.
No, dude,
if he could act. Ridge Holland.
Magneto. I got one. It's Goldberg.
It's Goldberg.
Magneto's
it's Goldberg. It's Goldberg. It's Magneto.
Enzo More. He's Toad from the animated series.
That's pretty good. I like that. Who's there's a couple of good ones. You have to throw Xavier. You have to give Xavier Woods something.
Xavier Woods.
I'd love to see him in an X-Men movie.
Havoc.
Ooh, I like that. You can make anybody.
You can make anybody. That's the cool thing about this.
That's awesome.
Dude, you know, I was talking to somebody.
Jade Cargill is Storm, though.
Jade Cargill always Storm. Yeah. I was talking about this. The X-Men are not popular outside of our generation.
I disagree
They
with that.
don't give a shit about the X-Men.
I
These
disagree.
kids, nobody cares about the X-Men.
I think on the younger demo, yeah, but if you're early 20s now, you know, because you haven't read an X-Men book in a while.
I haven't. No,
Right?
Civil War was the last time I was in it.
The X-Men books are super cohesive right now, and they are the most all-inclusive
Yes, but they've always been like
writing
that.
teams and characters. Very good. It's very, very good. I don't think young kids give a shit. But
when we were young, we care. That's what I'm saying. Young kids,
X-Men,
they don't
dude.
care. I know,
Yeah.
it was all X-Men.
We had the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jim Lee 90s shit going on. That was effing. How many copies of X-Men #1 did you have when you were a kid?
Which X-Men #1?
The Jim Lee one.
The 1991, 1992 one?
Yeah.
I had all the variants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came in like 5 different variants. I have all of them.
Biggest selling comic of all time.
Yeah.
Still, to this day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Wild.
All right, let's go back to wrestling. See, there's no other podcast. I love Sean Ross Sapp. Sean Ross Sapp is not doing an X-Men interruption. Dave Meltzer is, though. Dave Meltzer. You know who's his favorite X-Men?
Oh.
I want you to guess.
Bishop.
The Morlocks.
Oh, he loves the Morlocks.
He loves the Morlocks.
He's like, they live in the sewer. I have a terrible Dave Meltzer impression. I love the Morlocks. They live in the sewers.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good Dave Meltzer. That's how he talks, if you guys don't know. He's from Brooklyn.
Give me the scoops.
What else do we have?
Apparently, he also told, this is Nick Khan, going back to that point, he told Stephen A. Smith on First Take to expect many surprises at WrestleMania. I call horseshit. I feel like there's going to be one surprise, and that's it.
I expect there to be many surprises.
Every year, we get teased with this nonsense of WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Guys, great surprises. Nothing happens.
You think Austin?
I think Austin's going to show up.
Yeah.
I think he'll do a couple of stunners somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? Cena wins.
Comes out stun Cena.
Comes out, stuns Austin Theory.
I don't like your name, kid.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his thing. Every WrestleMania, he just messes up Austin Theory. All right, cool. I think there's going to be a couple surprises here.
JJ Montgomery saying, please, he deleted it, but I read it. He said, Jay White debut.
No, it's not on this scale, you know? I wouldn't say on this scale. I think they're just going to have a lot of like the veterans.
Hardy Boys.
All right.
But what would you like as a surprise?
Dwayne showing up.
Okay, sure.
What if Roman beats Cody? We'll talk about this. We'll go
Yeah.
through this. Yeah.
They fully support according to Nick Khan, they fully support any Hollywood opportunities for Roman Reigns.
Yes, they do.
That's pretty cool. Listen, he was great for the 10 minutes he was in Hobbs and Shaw, which is a great nutty movie that I think everybody should watch.
He was in there.
Yeah. He was helping The Rock out. He was like, he did the ooh-ah. They did like a bunch of haka shit. It was awesome.
What else do we got here?
His role in that trailer was awesome. Like, he was very good in it. Like, acted well.
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic.
In the Goodfellas thing?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he was awesome, man. Listen, like, is he gonna be the next transitional guy?
Who?
Roman.
Into stardom?
From wrestling to Hollywood.
Yeah, I think so. He would have to be. They've seen, John Cena's success as an actor. He's improved tremendously as an actor.
Yeah.
He's a household name.
Yeah.
People know him.
He puts the work in.
He does, and it's not easy. And I think Roman is one of those guys that if he wants to do it, he'll be very successful at it. He has the look. That's 90% of the battle.
$1 million smile.
$1 million smile, yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Apparently Vince McMahon is still not that, air quotes, involved in creative. He signed an employee agreement that gives full rights to his likeness and story over a 2-year deal. So now, is he going to be a DLC in the new game?
He's going to be a DLC in the new game.
Is he
variant of him.
He's getting those video game checks now.
Yeah. So this is listen, man. It was always his company.
Yeah.
It was always an illusion that he left.
Oh, that's a good word.
You know?
Perfect word for
it. Was an illusion. They said, oh, well, he's going to step away for a little bit. We'll do the shuffle. You know, now it's coming out that Steph, they want Steph back. You know, Steph should come back, which I expect her to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she's disappeared from the company. At the end of the day, it's one man's company. Yes, it's publicly traded, but the way that it's set up, he's in all control. So it's not like any other brand out there, you know?
It's wild that he's approaching like a Mr. Burns territory.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
CM Punk was
out of his mind.
Completely.
Can you imagine? He's 77, 78 years old. He fought tooth and nail to come back.
Mm-hmm.
One point though, when do you say like, I'm done?
He's probably one of those guys that if he ever retired and decided to take it easy, it would never happen. You know, he'd take a week off and then be like, I got to get back to work.
All right, here we go. CM Punk. Let's talk about this. CM Punk was in negotiations to come back to AEW before losing his mind on Instagram. You know, is it a work now? Like, is everybody working everybody? Is this now becoming a thing? Listen, I everything that I've ever been told about this is that if Tony can, he will make it work.
Right.
Any smart business guy would want to make it work. People are like, how could he do that? How could he do that? You're paying this guy millions of dollars.
Exactly.
He has a contract. Your TV numbers need to go up.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a contract year. If you can make it work, why would you not take that opportunity to make it work?
You need that return on your investment.
Of course you do. It's a business.
I think also an amazing return followed by an extremely bumpy ride.
Yes, an amazing return followed by an extremely bumpy ride.
Which is a shame.
But does he have, if he comes back now, you know, Dave kind of alluded to this also, that they were booking the United Center for All Out for Punk. That would be his return, would book in the United Center, and he shows up in Chicago.
Right.
If you're talking opportunity to create one of the hottest wrestling angles in a very long time, you have that opportunity.
Yeah.
That moment with him and FTR coming into the ring with the Bucks and Kenny being there.
Yeah.
And it going black.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Schiavone or Jim Ross screaming, "We'll see you on Wednesday."
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tune in.
It's got to be a trios, right? Keep this guy protected.
I think
it's too banged up on his own.
Listen, man, if that's a perfect world situation, right? But think about think about all the matches that he set up that you are now invested in. Him and Jericho.
Yep.
Him and Moxley. Him and Hangman. Him and Kenny. The trios with the Bucks. MJF, the return with MJF. It's endless.
It's everybody.
Part of this, they're not dumb guys. CM Punk is a very smart guy. Yeah, he blew his stack, but, controversy creates cash.
There you go. That's a typical wrestling cliche that makes sense.
Makes
right?
total sense.
Like it's green, right? Red is green.
Dax apparently read a text, right, on his podcast?
Yeah, saying that he misses it. CM Punk misses it.
Of course he misses it. He got the itch.
Yeah.
He had his Michael Jordan return.
I think they could still right, as a fan, from a fan's perspective, I think they could still right the ship. Regardless of, I think everybody's got their dumb issues in wrestling. And regardless of that, if the money's on the table and the story's right, you could do anything, right? Mox was on Renee's podcast this week and addressed the entire thing in a very matter-of-fact way, saying like, hey, everybody, I'm sure, read all like the transcripts and stuff. But in a nutshell, Mox was like, yeah, it's just bitching and moaning that everybody likes to do on the internet.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And I think what Dax had said is that, was it Dax that said, like, yeah, obviously their problems happen, but it's nothing like it's being presented.
Right.
Like,
right.
No, it's the camaraderie in the locker room exists. Like, it's not like, and listen, it's a machismo environment, even with the women. Even with the women, it's a very high stress environment. Yeah. You're not on a team. You're an individual that has to get over for your career. Yeah. Of course you're going to have problems. But at the end of the day, it's a locker room. It's a locker room. That's what happens.
Listen, hopefully it works out for the best, right?
Yeah, and Tony apparently has a big announcement on April 5th, this Wednesday. It could be a number of things. One, it could be the UK show.
Yes.
Which I will tell you, if it is the UK show, which he did say that they're going to England. They're going to London, he said. It's 100%. They are going to London. You will be shocked at the date.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
It's like, not like, oh my God, they're doing it on 6/9/6/9, you know?
July 4th.
It's not on July 4th, but it's like.
They're going imperialist.
They're going imperial, yeah. It's not like shocking, like, ooh, why would they run it? But it's like, oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting that they picked the date.
SummerSlam weekend.
All right.
Wow, okay.
All right. So, I'm
That's
not going to, I don't want to, but I will say that they are, I don't know if that's the announcement. And also the TV show.
Yes.
Collision.
Yeah.
For Saturdays. That's happening. I saw a date for July. I also saw an earlier date than July. But I don't know. That July date is very possible.
Yeah.
I do think that date that we got in July is a taping day.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have heard there's an earlier date to that.
Interesting.
I don't think the announcement
they
is
made
CM.
sure.
What?
They made sure to hype up that announcement on ROH last night. So whatever it is, they want people to know about it. And so I find it interesting it's on ROH.
You know, if you are going to announce it now, like I heard June. I heard some dates in June as a possibility. I don't know. You know, these are things shift all the time. But
could be the video game too.
I don't think it's a CM Punk show. I don't think it's the video game.
Could it be that Tony Khan he's like, I've been training to get into the ring to take you on, MJF. Fantasy booking.
Oh, amazing.
Imagine.
He's like ripped. Like, you know what he needs to do?
Takes his shirt off.
Tony needs to get super, super jacked and do that Vince moment.
Oh, yeah.
Great job.
It could happen.
It has to happen. It has to happen.
That's what I want. I want the announcement to be.
But he does have a number of announcements. I think the London show is going to be a very cool announcement. I think it's going to be a big show for them.
I agree.
Where's French Tony? What does French Tony Khan think of this?
We still need to get that graphic up of just like the lips.
Now, it's
lips.
an overlay. We got to get an overlay where we put over you and just your lips.
If it isn't Andre Zarian.
If it isn't Andre.
Andre Zarian, the most adorable Frenchman.
Thank you, Tony.
The announcement is I will be joining in-ring competition to take on Maxwell Jacob Friedman at Double or Nothing.
You know what, though? I do think it's a big announcement for them to announce that they're doing the Saturday show. I think it's a big announcement for them to announce their first show in the UK. These are big announcements. There's also other stuff that's happening. That's too early. But Tony knows the importance of this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
For sure. And
I'm
also,
excited for it.
Smart guy.
Very smart.
Real smart guy. Do you want to go into Dynamite? Do you want to go into Ring of Honor? Do you want to go into WWE since it's WrestleMania weekend? We got a lot to talk about.
You want to go through Dynamite really quickly and then we'll go into Ring of Honor and then WrestleMania?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry defeated Matt Hardy with Ethan Page. I really thought Jeff was going to come out at some point.
Oh, you thought that was happening? Well, Jeff is going to come back soon.
Mm-hmm. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta defeated Dalton Castle and the boys. It wasn't so much of a defeat as it was an obliteration. Yeah.
Oh my God, they gave them nothing.
Yeah.
You know, normally they do those squash matches in AEW, and like the guy that's the guy that's getting squashed, he will get something in. Yeah. These guys got nothing.
The squasher.
They got nothing in.
The squashy. You mean?
Squashy.
Don Callis and Hangman were attacked by the Blackpool Combat Club. That was Callis got busted open.
Well, he hit his head on the lighting fixture, right?
Got some color there. Kenny defeated Jeff Cobb to retain the IWGP US title. Great match.
Very.
After the match, the BCC came out. Brian Danielson showed up to kind of cool the situation. One of the best turns in recent memory happened right before our eyes. Daniel Bryan started kicking the crap out of Kenny Omega. And listen, you look at these four dudes, the Blackpool Combat Club, and you immediately can tell these are the bad guys.
They are bad guys.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are the bad guys.
Yeah.
That's it. And you know what? No dumb promos. No like
they're not
cool
cool. Yeah, they're
shit.
not cool. They're not doing a Scott. They are bad dudes.
They're just like, we're bad guys, and that's it.
Love it.
Orange Cassidy defeated the Butcher to retain the AEW International title. Great. Ruby Soho defeated Willow.
But are they bad guys, or are they just really serious about what they do?
You know what? That's a good point. And that makes that Elite feud even better.
Like, Moxley's a bad MFer.
So
right?
is Claudio.
So is Claudio.
And
so
Wheeler.
is Danielson and Wheeler. Like, but are they bad guys?
I think the turn on Kenny cemented them as like, those are the bad guys.
Maybe they're like, F you, Kenny.
Because they're the anti-goof-offs, right?
They are the anti-goof-offs, and Kenny's goofy.
And you're
and the
going
Bucks are goofy.
Listen, how dope is going to be Blackpool Combat Club, 4 members versus the Elite and Hangman? That's the story, right?
That is the story.
And I think Callis is going to side with Blackpool.
You know, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a great mouthpiece that he would be for them. Callis is such a natural heel.
Ugh.
And, you know, I got to tell you, when Don Callis started doing... I just got a tweet.
You just zone out?
No, I just got to...
What's the matter? What happened?
This can't be real.
Are we done?
This cannot be real.
Is the show over?
No. This cannot be a real photo.
Can I see that?
Okay, this cannot be a real photo.
Oh, that is amazing. That's
okay,
real.
You know what?
That's
if
real.
That is real. He is Gomez Adams.
Yeah. I think that's real. Guys, you have no idea what we just saw.
I cannot believe what I just saw.
Send me that.
Very funny. Was that a direct message or was that a tweet?
It's a tweet.
Guys, go look at Andrew's.
Jeremy Lambert tweeted from Fightful.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he wrote "Big Scoop."
Wow.
I don't believe it's real, but I hope it is.
It's a good picture.
Because Vince's hair in this photo is as dark as mine.
Yes.
And that mustache is everything.
Die job.
And it is a cursed image.
That is a cursed image.
Who has more makeup on, Vince or Muda in this photo?
Muda's not even wearing a mask in that picture.
Oh, it is real.
That's the real picture, huh? Crazy.
Oh,
guys,
it is.
Guys, if you want to see a mustachioed Vince McMahon and a masked great Muda hanging out at the Hall of Fame, please check Andrew's Twitter right now.
Oh, I got to end the show.
We're done.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
This was it. I'll see you all later.
This is the last Matman. It's been real.
I retweeted it. This was it. That was the moment. We go to our home planets now. It's fine.
Crank up that mothership, Andrew.
Seriously?
Yeah. Wild.
This is it. It ended the podcast.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do anymore.
Because the vortex is closing.
Oh, man. I cannot believe that man is doing that look. You know what? That has to be a rip. He has to know.
Can you shave your beard right now on air and just leave the mustache?
Leave them just like the smudge?
No. Like, leave the mustache and then just shave everything else.
Jess would hate me.
Yeah? She's not a fan of the mustaches?
No, because I got a big chin.
Yeah. Same here.
You too.
Same here.
Both of us.
Got a big old chin.
Big old chin.
Yep.
You know, we rub our chins together. That's how we fuse.
Mm-hmm. This is one big podcaster. We turn into the Butcher from AEW. Adam Cole defeated Daniel Garcia. Britt Baker came out to celebrate. He had streamers, and then he had Jericho coming out. Cool return match for Adam Cole.
Yeah. I hope he does amazing stuff, and he needs to stay a babyface. But, you know, he still has that program with Kenny.
Yes. Everybody, you know what I love about AEW? Everybody could work everybody. It's not like everybody's pigeonholed. Like, for example, like in WWE when the 24 title 7, this just popped into my head. When that was going on, it was like, okay, these are the guys that are going for it, right? R-Truth, like you're those guys, right? AEW, it's anybody's ball game. Anybody could show up and do kind of anything, and you have like years of these built-in stories that could be unfolded in front of us. You want to do the Ring of Honor show?
Yeah.
So the 0 Hour, Jeff Cobb beating.
I watched all of it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb beating Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. It's nice to see Hot Sauce again.
It was nice to see Hot Sauce again. So, what was your overall thought of the show? I thought it was a really good show. I don't think it was their best, but it was a great show.
Strong.
Very strong show.
Strong show. Fun. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of surprises. You had Bobby Cruz welcoming the third commentator for the night. The return of former Ring of Honor champion, arguably one of the best Ring of Honor champions of all time, Nigel McGuinness. And hearing Nigel back on commentary gave me goosebumps.
Nigel was great coming back.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's an asset for them on commentary.
100%.
Listen, I think Ian Riccaboni's really good.
Yeah.
I do think he needs someone like Nigel that could, adjust the pacing a little bit.
Absolutely.
I think, you're only as good as your partner. And I think this is going to be an asset for Ian, and I think this is going to be great for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, going forward, fantastic. This was a good Ring of Honor show. You had Takeshita beating Willie Mack. Always nice to see Willie Mack.
Yeah, Willie Mack, that was a fun match. Takeshita is great. I think he needs to stay in Ring of Honor, to be honest.
Build him up a little bit, right?
Build him up there, yeah.
Win a couple of belts.
Yeah.
He's their golden boy.
Him and Shibata? I want that.
Yeah. Shibata versus everyone, though. I feel like that's just the standard. Willow Nightingale defeated Miranda Alizé. Stu Grayson with Evil Uno defeated Slim J. Good opening.
Yo, Slim J.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch Trailer Park Boys?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't watch Trailer Park Boys.
The characters from Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
It has to be.
Main show, Triple H mega title match. El Hijo del Vikingo defeated Commander to retain. Wild stuff.
Yo, that opener was great.
Yeah. Wild stuff.
Yeah. Vikingo. Not Vikingo. Vikingo.
I called myself El Hijo del Computers the other day.
El Hijo del Computers.
Del Computers.
El Hijo del Computers. That is brilliant.
Good wordplay.
That's so good wordplay. So good wordplay.
So good wordplay. Hey, listen, Andrew, I know you. You like other language music.
Hey, I'm a fan of other language music. Are you?
I go to the store.
When I would go to the Wall or Coconut Music.
Oh, the Wall.
When I would go to the Wall, I would say, "Sir, where is your other music section?" And it would just point to one wall.
Oh, other languages.
Yeah,
I'm
it
a
was
fan.
just Alabina. That's all it was from wall to wall was Alabina.
You had the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team title match.
A very 1999 reference.
The Wall. Yeah, I still love The Wall.
You could return it.
The Wall,
yeah.
Coconuts, and the original FYE.
Oh, the original FYE.
And
Sam Goody.
Sam Goody Borders.
Goody's got it.
Yeah, Goody's got it. Goody was great. Suncoast Video also.
Yes.
Man. No, we got jack shit now.
We got nothing.
We got Amazon. I mean, if you want to support Jeff Bezos. I have no problem buying shit from Amazon, by the way.
If you want to support him in his yachts. Yes, I do.
I use Amazon like every damn day. So
brilliant.
Ring of Honor World 6-man tag team title match. The Embassy, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Khan, with Prince Nana defeated AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik.
Well, this is interesting because he's wrapping up Brian Cage.
Yeah.
So, and they kept the titles on him.
Yeah.
So,
Ring of Honor World Television title match. Athena defeated Yuka Sakazaki to retain. Good. Like, they tried to put a lot of good heat. Women's title, women's world title. They tried to put a lot of heat between them.
I like Athena.
Good, yeah. Ring of Honor World Television title match. This one had all the feel. Samoa Joe defeating Mark Briscoe to retain. I honestly thought they were gonna.
Family.
I know. I thought they were gonna put the title on Briscoe, but wrestling, right?
That was one of the first times I watched in a long time, and I was like, "Come on, man, Tony, you couldn't do it,
right?"
But you know what? It told a great piece here.
You got worked a little bit
into
like, why did they do that? Tanahashi defeating Daniel Garcia. Wild.
Tanahashi's great.
Yeah.
That high five flow though is getting slower and slower on coming down.
He looks like, and this is not a knock on Tanahashi at all, but at this point it looks like he weighs 700 pounds.
Oh yeah.
But he's jacked, but it's like, he's got a little age on him, and I feel like
he's made out of lead.
Dense.
He's very dense.
Yeah.
He's like John Cena dense.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Cena looks like he weighs 1,000 pounds.
That's the match that I always was fascinated by.
Cena Tanahashi?
Cena Tanahashi. I don't know why. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see that.
Could still be a dream match.
I want to see John Cena do all the Hulk Hogan in Japan moves.
Oh yeah.
Like John Cena doing an Enziguri,
drop toe hold,
double
axe angle. Yeah. Listen, if we were allowed to book that WWE New Japan show, for sure, your double main event: Cena versus Tanahashi, Roman versus Okada, right?
Has to be, yeah.
That's the new noise. It's the little wrestling ejaculate that happens. Penta. You have the reach for the sky ladder match.
Dude, this match was nuts.
Wild.
Dante though. Poor Dante.
Dude. Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix defeated Top Flight, Dante and Darius, The Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. La Facción Ingobernable, Dralistico and Roosh to win the titles. So Penta sent Dante off the ladder bridge through 4 tables with a Canadian destroyer.
So they did
wild. It looks nuts.
It looks nuts. But what happened? I guess they shot it just a tiny bit. Right? And Dante landed on his legs. Like, he landed on his feet. But the foot went sideways, and it wasn't as grotesque as the Sid injury, but it was essentially his destroyed his ankle or foot, whatever he did.
Hopefully it's not that bad.
I hope so, because you know what? Those kids had a couple stop and goes.
Yeah.
You know, his brother was hurt for a while, and then now he's hurt.
You know, hopefully it's something that doesn't need surgery and could be rehabbed. You know, even like bad ankle sprains look gnarly.
That was displaced. That's going to need surgery. That was displaced completely. So,
But, so listen, great card, right? ROH Pure title match. Shibata defeated Wheeler Yuta with Jon Moxley to win the title. Now, don't you also want to see Moxley versus Shibata?
Yes.
Right?
But Shibata, I don't want him getting hit in the head.
No.
They got to be careful with him.
And you had your Ring of Honor World title match, Claudio Castagnoli defeating Eddie Kingston 13. Great match, great promos going into it. A lot of history between these two guys. I did think they should have put the belt on Eddie, but honestly, I love seeing Claudio with that belt. It fits him perfectly.
Yeah, dude, he's fantastic. But what are you doing with that main title picture, right? Is it who what's your plan? Is this a developmental? You know? Is that how you're treating Ring of Honor? Are you treating it as its own entity where like certain people come and go but others can't?
Yeah, I think like
is it like a soft brand split? Is it like a harder brand? Like you got a lot of they've done a very good job at identifying last night.
Yes.
What Ring of Honor is.
Yeah.
Right? And who's in there. But you also have guys like Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
You have guys like Takeshita. You have Claudio. They're there.
Yeah.
So are you going to have them do double duty or are you splitting it at this point?
If you want to fantasy book the new version of Ring of Honor, like NXT from like a few years ago, like the glorious NXT era, you could do that easily, right? But I think that world title picture, to answer your question, needs to be fleshed out a little more, right? Because Claudio, if you look at Claudio on paper, he's a very traditional Ring of Honor champion, right?
Yes,
he's got
very much so.
He's a draw. He's got marketing behind him, etc. Now, who's a young up and comer that he could drop that title to?
You would want to see with that title,
right? Is it a Takeshita? Is it Is it Penta?
Roosh? Like Well, that's another one, right? Penta should be on AEW, not in Ring of Honor. Like, I get it. Like, this is a little bit different, this show.
Yeah.
Because it's WrestleMania weekend. But moving forward, you're going to have to really define these lines.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that AEW the last year was hurt by all the Ring of Honor stuff.
In a certain sense, yeah.
And not like we got bad matchup, but the focus shifted.
Right.
Totally. The focus shifted. So I think it's a positive. I know we're going to talk about WrestleMania, guys. It's just we have so much wrestling to talk about.
We're getting through it,
and Rich has some time, so we're taking our time today.
Yeah, I got 5 more minutes.
Yeah, he has 5 more minutes. I got to get the hell out of here. Also, your questions. Submit your questions.
Yeah. But so who would you want to see with that belt?
If we're doing like a hard split, I would say
like a good young up and comer. Would you put it on like a Sammy Guevara or a Jungle Boy?
Well, who? Unfortunately, if you go based on Ring of Honor before the pandemic, they were gutted at that point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're putting it on Jay Lethal again,
right, or Roosh. So
you could do Roosh.
Yeah.
Right. I think Roosh would be good for them. But again, like, where is he? Where are you putting these guys? This is gonna be interesting. And the other part is, this Collision show should focus on Ring of Honor guys also. I think this is a great opportunity for them to have the Ring of Honor world title defended on Saturdays on that show. Yeah, you're not calling it a Ring of Honor show for branding reasons, for, Warner Media negotiation reasons, but you could still represent a lot of Ring of Honor on that show and then hype your other product. Your Ring of Honor product that's on the internet that you want to get on TV. They're in a, you're not going to put on Matt Taven. You're not going to put it on Mike Bennett.
Right.
Will Ospreay would be a great Ring of Honor champion for them, but do you want to utilize Will Ospreay on a brand that's in front of a couple 100,000 people and not 1 million? These are all really good questions.
Right.
Kenny's never had that title.
And I also think you could do hot potato between Blackpool and whoever else, right? Let's say Claudio loses it to Kenny, right? Kenny loses it to Mox. Mox loses it to somebody.
But again, you know what? We're trapped again.
Yeah.
We're trapped because we're taking the focus off. Very interesting. I don't know. I think they're going to have to solidify certain guys as just Ring of Honor guys. I think having Shibata there helps.
Yes.
But again,
do you think Eddie should be a Ring of Honor guy, on that roster permanently?
Well, he pretty much is now.
Yeah, he pretty much is. I think Eddie's. I think Eddie's great over there. I think that they would benefit from having Eddie there because you get to see him still.
So at the beginning of the Ring of Honor show, I forgot that I flipped over to SmackDown and was like, "Oh shit, the Usos are in Ring of Honor." Damn, that's cool. Anything can happen. You want to talk about SmackDown?
Let's go.
The show opens with the Usos, Kevin Owens, and Sami going back and forth verbally. That was a good opening segment, man. I feel like that should be the main event for tonight.
I think so too.
Right?
Yeah.
That would have been a really cool main event because Kevin and Sami are going to win. It's going to blow the roof off the place.
Think about how big this bloodline stuff has been, that both nights are main evented by the same story.
Right.
You
had a fatal 4-way with Ricochet and Braun Strowman defeating Montez with Angelo Dawkins, Chad Gable with Otis, and Eric.
Montez is going to get a big push after Mania.
Money. Does Montez get the IC belt on Monday night?
Probably not. I think that IC title story is going to be between Drew and Sheamus, but I think for Montez, it's time, right?
Put something on him.
Something. U.S. title. You could do the U.S. title. I think you got to start putting some focus on him because I like him as a singles.
Let's see what else we had here. We had Bobby Lashley winning the Andre the Giant
Battle Giant.
Andre the Giant the Battle Royal. Listen, my pick for that was LA Knight. The dude was over as hell. But listen, whatever. You put that thing on Bobby Lashley.
Didn't I tell you he's over?
Yeah.
At the Garden, dude. This guy, I couldn't believe it. He is over. Kids love him. Love him, which is fascinating.
He looks like an action figure.
He does. He's a big jacked up guy, but he's funny and he's aggressive and he's a smart ass and kids love that. To a lot of adults, he's doing, this Rock Austin hybrid promo, but dude, he's freaking great.
Again, I thought he was going to win. But now you have Bobby Lashley. I think he's got to change his name to Bobby the Giant, the Andre Lashley.
Bobby the Giant Lashley.
You had a fatal 4-way with Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan defeating Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey, Natalya, and Shotzi and Sonya Deville with Chelsea Green. It was a 3-minute match. Rey Mysterio relaunched.
No. What did he write? The IWO.
OMG.
Oops, sorry.
The IWO.
We should have a shirt that's like an NWO shirt that says OHMG. And then it says can't spell for shit at the bottom of it.
That's fantastic. So Ray was with Legado del Fantasma in the back, and he said, "Thank you for getting my back all these weeks." And he handed them these shirts, and it's the LWO.
So we're back, baby.
And huge pop.
Huge pop
Because
in my
they're
house.
In LA.
Yeah.
They're in LA.
Yeah.
Large Hispanic population. People were really into this. Also, very cool. The LWO is something that we haven't seen come back.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is like a one-off right now, or they're actually going to commit to this.
It felt like a one-off, but
think about those T-shirt sales they're going to have.
Oh, forget it.
Yes.
You know, tons.
I hope those guys get a cut of those T-shirt sales.
I hope so too.
You know, maybe Ray's got that. They sweetened his deal. They're like, we're going to put you in the Hall of Fame, and we're going to give you 2% of every LWO shirt sold.
Fantastic.
Drew McIntyre and Sheamus defeated the Imperium. Great. And Cody and Roman had a face-off. This is a main event that I'm surprised at how much I'm looking forward to. I think we've both been
Me too.
big Cody guys.
Yeah.
Cody did it. I forgot who he did the interview with. Cody did an interview earlier in the week where he pretty much was like, the AEW stuff got brought up.
He did Helwani, I think. I think it's the Helwani.
That was not the one I watched. But the AEW stuff was brought up, and then he kind of mentioned, like, he was like, yeah, I think I was a little too immature to be in that position as a boss and a wrestler. And now he could just worry about being a wrestler.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm hyped for this. Hall of Fame also right after SmackDown. Mick Foley and Tori Wilson inducted Stacy Keibler. Stacy looks great, has a family now. Very cool. Jimmy Hart and Jerry Lawler via video inducted Andy Kaufman.
Come on, baby.
Who do you think should have? I thought it should have been Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
The big return.
I think it should have been Tony Clifton.
Ric Flair inducted the Great Muta. Got a little missed action too. Very excited. Cool. I gotta watch this back. I gotta watch all this back. I watched like a little bit of the highlights. JBL and Ron Simmons inducted Tim White. Great.
Very cool. You know, I don't really love this format of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, he made it. Jonathan made the shirt.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, God.
That's amazing.
That's his Job Squad shirt.
That's amazing.
That's when they had the Job Squad. Great job.
You should be happy, MG. Now you got a T-shirt.
I wish you guys, like, you know what I really wish? I could share these images in the chat room.
Just like blast them out?
Yeah, like I can't. They don't allow that.
You can blast this out on the Twitter, Jonathan, on the Mattman Twitter, and tag everybody if you want to do that. New T-shirt up and coming. OMG, can't spell for shit.
Well... Will they buy it? If they will buy it, this would be great.
I honestly think
at least Twitter would get it.
I think at least 2 people will buy that shirt.
At least 2 people.
That are not Andrew and I. You'll buy one. You'll buy your own shirt. No, Andrew would buy. MG would buy that. Yeah. Hogan's back.
So we got Ric Flair inducted Great Muta, JBL and Ron Simmons inducted Tim White, like you said, and Conan inducted Rey Mysterio with what might be the best induction speech. I highly recommend you guys check it out. And at one point during it, Dominic and Rhea left during Ray's speech, committing to the character. You know what else I'm really invested in? The Dominic and Ray stuff.
Yes.
Right? Like, they've done such a good job with this, and they've taken time. This started at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This storyline started at Thanksgiving, before that, but it really started when he went to the house.
Yeah,
very cool stuff.
Very cool stuff. Apparently, they also made they made Damian Priest move. I mean, sorry, they made Buddy Murphy move for Damian Priest.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Oh, because Buddy was there.
Yeah,
there was an image. Someone got an image of it. Yeah.
Buddy is Rhea's
Buddy's girl. Whatever, dude. My brain is a little fried this morning.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
If this were the main event, would that be cool with you? If this actually, because this could be, I think.
What, the Ray?
I don't think it should.
No,
I don't think it should be the main event.
If it was, I don't think
that's too much pressure for the kid, man.
Yeah,
Dominic's on a roll right now. Don't mess it up. You know,
no, not at all. Let's see. We're going into
NXT Stand and Deliver today in an hour and a half. Well, by the time you're hearing this, it's happening.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks for the questions. If you're gonna send us some questions and super chat us, we will address them when it's time for our question portion. We're not ignoring you. Braun Breaker defends the NXT Championship against Carmelo Hayes. I think it's Carmelo's turn.
Yeah, I think it's time.
It's time. You have the ladder match to determine the NXT Women's Championship. Great. Fallon Henley and Kiana James defend the NXT Women's Tag Team titles against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. That's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
Wes Lee to defend the North American title in a fatal 5-way.
Okay.
Johnny Gargano and Grayson Waller to battle in an unsanctioned match. It's interesting that they're like Gargano's back on NXT.
Yeah.
Gallus, the Creed brothers, and the family to square off in a triple threat match for the tag team titles. NXT tag team titles. Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Thea Hale, and Tyler Bateface Schism for control of Chase U.
All right. I don't care.
All right.
I'm so
All
like
right.
done with.
You're just
NXT.
reading words.
Yeah. Like I'm like whatever.
Come on, brother. Let's see what we got here tonight. I don't know if you guys know this.
WrestleMania.
The WrestleMania night one. Bill Goldberg versus Austin Theory.
Big. Everybody's big.
You have your opening match tonight, which I am such a fan of. It's going to get that crowd nice and hot. Austin Theory defends his title against John Cena.
Very cool opening match. I wonder why they're doing it in the opener.
Get that crowd going, man. I think Cena wins. Cena wins.
Cena wins. Get happy crowd going. By the way, this show is sold out.
Yeah.
Like they have not sold out. Both nights are essentially so. Maybe there's a couple tickets available. But secondhand market, obviously you'll get some tickets. But this is a sold out show.
Cena wins and does all the press for whatever he's working on
with the U.S. title.
Yeah. Boom. Right. Austin comes out, stuns Austin Theory. Can't use my name, you son of a bitch. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair defends against Rhea Ripley.
I'm into this match. I want to see Rhea win.
That's the main, right?
No, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, defend against Kevin Owens and Sami. That should be the main, in my opinion.
That should be the main, yeah.
That's going to be an awesome match. Does Kevin turn on Sami tonight?
Does Kevin turn on Sami tonight? That would
be a terrible move.
It would be. I would be. You know what? I would be upset. Like, I would boo, but out of like, don't F me.
Yeah.
I want to see Sami get something.
Yeah. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. I'm looking forward to that match too. Listen, like Lita and Trish are truly
Lita
immortals.
Does Lita turn here? Does Trish turn?
Get a bunch of moonsaults. Does
Lita turn? We'll see.
Yeah. Seth versus Logan Paul. I'm very cold on that one.
I'm cold, but I'm expecting it to be a really good match.
Yes. You know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Ray versus Dominic, the match that MG wants to see main event, night one of WrestleMania. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
WrestleMania showcase match, Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Chad Gable and Otis versus the Viking Raiders.
So, couple things. Bobby Lashley, what does he do? Bray, do we get a Bray moment? Does Orton show up?
Ooh, yeah.
Does Riddle show up?
Snake.
Because Riddle's coming back.
Is he? Is that whole thing Is that whole thing over?
It is. I don't know. I don't know the status of where he is in his mind, but I know that they want to bring him back.
That
was a hot act for a while.
Does RK Bro make a return?
I don't know.
Variant, does Jeff Hardy come back? It looks like you're on a roller coaster and you're going to throw up. Night 2.
You want to see something?
Yeah.
MG, you looking at this? This is for you. There you go.
Thought you were going to do a bionic elbow on him. I was wrong. Night 2, tomorrow night, Sunday, April 2nd. Night 2 of WrestleMania. One too many nights, if you ask this guy. Undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns defends against Cody in your main event. I'm very excited for that, Andrew. I'm sure you are also very excited for that.
But does Roman win?
If they want to pad the stats on that belt,
I mean,
yes.
Really, Roman winning would definitely, that pendulum would swing, and I don't know if that's a positive or not. If he wins, is that moment. Does it hurt Cody? How much does it hurt Cody? Or does it hurt Roman if Roman wins?
I think Roman is a made guy at this point.
He is, but I mean, what a story to tell.
Now,
he is so unbeatable.
The rumblings of Solo Sikoa turning on Roman.
That's one too.
Right?
Yeah.
I think Cody's going to take it, man. You need that WrestleMania moment, right? Like, how many WrestleManias has Roman main evented?
I don't know. That's a good question.
5?
I don't know if someone could find
MG, do you have the stat on that?
Listen, Cody needs to win.
What's the stat again?
How many WrestleManias has Roman Reigns main evented?
7.
7.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The last 7.
7, I believe. I believe this will be 7. And then
No, it wasn't in a row.
Not in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He 7, and he will. The next one he does will tie Hulk Hogan, I do believe.
Jesus.
He's tied with Triple H right now.
Brother, put me and that Roman Reigns guy.
So we're getting a new title also.
Yeah.
We're getting a new title belt.
Mhm.
They're redesigning these belts. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Last night, I don't know if you noticed it, but when they were doing their promo, Cody and Roman held up just the WWE title. Did you notice that?
Yeah, because that stupid other blue title sucks.
Well, it was just very specific. Like, hey, this is the one you're fighting for. Is almost how I took it, even though nothing has been said about it. I was just curious. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
think he only has 2 hands, and he didn't want to hold a belt with one.
Does the third hand make an appearance tonight?
Comes out of his stomach.
Like Watto. Quado. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair defends against Asuka. I kind of want Asuka to win.
Yeah, I think Bianca should retain, though.
Yeah. Intercontinental Champion Gunther defends against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in a triple threat match. I think Drew McIntyre takes it.
Yeah.
Gunther sets up Gunther for the world title feud with Cody.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow. Monday. Sorry.
Okay, so who would be the best person to come out when Cody, Cody's on Raw, let's say he wins, he has the title. Who's that guy that comes out?
Randy.
I was thinking Randy also.
It's Randy because of the legacy thing, and it's got to be,
But he has a nice list of guys.
Yeah.
That he's never really worked with, that or hasn't in a long time, that you're invested in. Him and Randy, I'm invested in.
Yeah.
And I like how Randy's one of the best wrestlers, and people, his style is very old school. I like it. It's slower, but everything he does is perfect. For Cody, I think he would love that.
Yeah.
But is that the program that's going to get you committed to the Cody run?
That's a very good question. I think Cody has everything a champ needs, right? In ring, he's got the look, he's got the ability.
AJ
promos, AJ Styles is a good one because Balor would be fantastic. Even Edge. Yeah,
Edge.
So many different guys. I do think it's going to be Gunther though.
You know what's interesting though? This is one of the first times that I could sit there and I'm like, you know what? I would be into this. You give me Roman Reigns and Gunther.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into that. You give me you give me Roman and Randy. Give me Roman and AJ. I've seen it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But this is all fresh.
Now, because of this, do you get a potential Cody versus Brock?
Cody and Brock. Why not?
Yeah.
Cody and Lashley. Why not?
Cody and Dwayne. He takes on all the second and third generation guys.
I think Dwayne is slowly turning into the Watcher.
Yeah, from Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's funny. We're also getting a Hell in a Cell match. I'm looking forward to this. Edge versus the Demon, Finn Balor. We're getting the Demon.
But we're also getting Edge as something.
Probably a vampire. As a Frankenstein.
He comes out as Billy Corgan.
Oh, man. I would love it if Edge came out just like a Nosferatu, shaved bald. Vampire, don't hurt yourself. Can you do this rest of the show like that, please? Just pull the microphone towards you.
Oh, God.
Hello. All right, what else do we have here?
Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
I hate this match. Go away.
Whatever, man. Omos takes the win.
Fuck this match.
Omos takes a big bite out of Brock Lesnar.
And you're looking forward to Luchador Brock Lesnar? Because that's what he was doing the other night.
Hurricane Rana, dude. Yo, imagine if Brock hits him with a 619.
Can you imagine him doing it?
Oh, my God. F5 into a Hurricane Rana?
Drop kicks. I haven't seen a drop kick from Brock in years. He was throwing drop kicks.
Yeah, I think Brock's going to bust out that shooting star.
I hope so.
WrestleMania Showcase match, Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez versus Natalya and Shotzi and versus Ronda and Shayna Baszler and versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
Cool.
Yeah.
We also had Bloodsport last night. Josh Barnett lost his first Bloodsport match to Timothy Thatcher.
Hey, listen, if you're going to lose to anybody in that kind of match,
Timothy Thatcher.
Timothy Thatcher.
And Kota Ibushi won his first match back over Speedball Mike Bailey.
I got emotional watching that.
Really?
First match back in a year and a half.
Nice. How'd he do?
He did awesome. The 12-minute match, very quick, but the crowd was so... It sounded like they were in an arena with the reaction of the crowd, you know? Yeah. Are you ready for some questions?
Let's do it. I can't get over this Vince McMahon look. Why? Why?
The mustache.
It's all of it. The dye job and the mustache are...
Do you think he was trying to be in disguise?
He's ladies' man Vince. He's out there playing the field, man.
I got real into Hercule Poirot. I decided to grow a mustache.
Sign this NDA.
Talk to the stash. Sign this NDA.
It's very disturbing.
Look at my upper lip. He's doing some LL shit. Remember? Like I was like back in the day.
Why did that man lick his lips so much? He didn't realize that it's gonna irritate it.
Listen, hydration on your lips is very important for a man.
This man would stare at us longingly in our eyes and rap and then lick his lips sexually over and over again.
It's usually how I say goodbye to people too. And do this shit. I've always done that. Get a close up on these lips.
Get a close up of these lips. That would be his promo. Cameraman, zoom it, and it's just zooming right into his lips. And then he opens his mouth, and there's like a little party happening. There's like a DJ. It's a nightclub in his mouth.
This is Vince or LL?
Vince.
Just call me LL Cool V. Vince.
Lady love.
Guys, if you want to super chat us, we will answer your questions ahead of the pack. Any amount is cool. And we got a couple here. This is one from Keenan. What?
Can I? I think Joel Pearl needs to say fuck it and grow the Vince stash and dye his hair like mine.
Oh, dude, I would love to see Joe Pearl with a mustache and a toupee like yours.
Dude, you know, I went to press, and you know Jay, the bartender.
Yeah.
Jay's like,
yes,
he's like, what do you use? I was like, for what do you mean? He goes for the color. What do you use? It's like
jet black.
Yeah, I think he was like telling me, he's like, dude, why the fuck you dyeing your hair like this?
Grecian formula.
And I'm like, I don't dye my hair. And he looked at Jess like, come on.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he doesn't dye his hair. He could not believe it.
Did you send him down the rabbit hole of your hair care regimen for the past 15 years? Yeah.
But everybody thinks now it's a piece.
Well, I mean, it is.
It is.
That's the Saturday special because it's Saturday.
Yeah, my Thursday one though, it's fucking immaculate.
I do like the Thursday one.
The Thursday ones are always good.
I like Friday afternoons too, where it's just down.
Yeah.
You look
Sad
like
boy. I do the part.
Yeah. You look like Billy Ray Cyrus from like 3 years ago.
Yeah. I got the Brandon. Who won the Academy Award? Who won the award? For The Whale.
Brendan Fraser.
I have the Brandon Fraser from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
The Encino Man.
Yeah, I have the Encino Man.
Wheezing the juice. Anyway, this is from Keenan Evans, $4.99. Since WrestleMania is in Hollywood, what are your favorite Hollywood flicks and Hollywood directors?
Great question. We were talking about this. Scorsese's great.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, great Hollywood movie.
You know what else is a great movie?
Go ahead.
Great movie.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Walsh. Star Wars is no. I don't care about Star Wars. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie about Jordan Belfort.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Great movie.
Great movie.
So good.
Love that
movie. He's
movie.
from Bayside.
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort's from like 5 blocks this way.
You were saying your favorite movie is Goodfellas. I feel like I'd be hard pressed. Like usually on any day.
It's my favorite movie to like watch over and over again.
Yeah.
And I don't get tired of it. You know, like that's my pick. But I mean, there's tons of other better movies out there. I'm not saying it's the best movie.
Yeah, but you got to go favorite. You know,
Goodfellas for sure.
You ask me on any day.
Die Hard.
Die Hard's great. Like on any day, I'd be like Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is my favorite movie.
Terminator 2.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Alien.
I don't like Terminator 1.
Really?
I'm gonna say it. Does nothing for me.
Why?
2 because it's such a different movie than 2.
Too low budge.
No, it's a horror film.
Yeah.
It's not a sci-fi.
That's fair enough. I could see that.
You know?
Those first two terms. Aliens, also two different movies.
I
follow-up question.
Yes.
Shoot.
What did you guys think of the set reveal, the Academy Awards stage set that they did for Mania this year? Have you seen it?
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
It looks great. They listen, man. They have. I know some of those guys there. They have the best effing team.
Yeah.
For their staging and it's when you realize how many moving effing parts exist in this company, and in AEW too, man. You know, like what they're doing on a 3-year infancy is remarkable. I can't think of a company that's that new that was able to present itself as a big time thing. Impact never could do it. You know what? When Impact did it, Impact came close with that live Chicago show.
Yes,
where they had a couple thousand people there, but it's still, you know what? The lighting was a little off. It was a little dark. It still never did not feel. WCW never had the look.
No.
WWF by far looked way better.
Oh,
Even in the shitty WWF with the bad Titantron, they still looked better. It's so many moving parts, man. It's TV, and they do a great job. I love that stuff. I love the ballyhoo of it all.
WCW spent all their stage budget on angry men smoking cigars in the second row. It was so smoky.
It was very smoky.
Also, Paul Thomas Anderson's "There Will Be Blood" masterpiece, right?
Yeah,
there's so much stuff you can talk about.
Give me another good movie.
Another good movie.
Yeah,
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. One of my favorites.
Great movie.
Sergio Leone, right?
You know what else is a good movie? The Leo movie where he's a scammer pilot.
Catch Me If You Can.
Great movie.
Yeah,
very good movie.
Listen, I'm a big Leo guy.
I was never.
Yeah.
Until I watched Wolf of Wall Street, and then I fell in love with that man.
Shutter Island, dude.
Shutter Island's great too.
Yeah.
He's such a great actor, and I think because he's a boy toy, he's a sexy boy. I think people forget.
Yeah, Brad Pitt too, man. Same thing.
The Basketball Diaries.
Basketball, great movie.
He was great in that movie.
Great movie. Also, I mentioned Shutter Island. Django.
Boy toy, sexy boy.
We can talk about movies the rest of the day, but we'll move on to wrestling. We got another super chat here from the Mystic Geek. Happy WrestleMania weekend.
Happy WrestleMania weekend.
So, who does Lashley fight?
You know what? I'm sorry. Can I stop you for a second?
The
Departed sucks. Fucking hate it.
Really?
Departed.
Departed. I have mixed feelings about The Departed. I really enjoy it.
I don't like it.
I think check out the original Internal Affairs, the Chinese films that they were based on.
Is that what it's based on? I didn't know that.
Very good.
I didn't. Do you think The Departed is up there as one of his best?
Scorsese's?
Yeah.
I don't rank it very high. I think you have Goodfellas, Casino, Gangs in New York. That's a tough one. It's not in Scorsese's top 5 for me.
It's not, and it doesn't feel like a Scorsese film. But he did that by design.
Yes.
Not a fan of it. I know. Listen, guys, I know tons of people love it. I'm not poo-pooing on for you. I couldn't get into it. I also have a real hard time when it's a mob film to get behind a non-Italian mob movie that's built like an Italian mob movie.
Okay.
The Irishman, I didn't feel that way, though. I love The Irishman.
Never seen it.
You didn't see it?
Yeah.
I don't care. People said it was too long. I don't care. I thought it was really good. Robert De Niro doing his old man kicks was fantastic.
Also, you know what? What about the John Wick movies, man?
You love John Wick.
That's awesome.
Vicky loves John Wick.
Yeah, everybody loves John Wick,
movies.
dude. They're great.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. All right, let's see. Who does Bobby Lashley wrestle?
Who wrestles?
I think he wrestles that trophy.
He's going to press slam it. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do. This whole brace stuff really got wacky.
You know what I would
Sadly,
love?
I don't think he's doing anything.
You know what I would love? I would absolutely love this. Omos defeats Brock Lesnar. Right? Brock's laid out. All of a sudden, Bobby Lashley with a run-in from the crowd, top rope drop kick to Omos. And that's how you end that match. You know? Just like him doing like some big boy crazy shit.
They could have made it as a 3-way, and I think
Tony Leader, our boss at Observer, is asking. He's like, "You're live right now?"
Yeah. Hey, Tony. Is he messaging you?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Tony Khan's messaging. Right now.
What's up, Tony Leader? Yeah, we're live. Well, did you tell him that we're not doing Observer right now? We're doing Matman.
Yes. He's sending me that they're getting their plaque for 100,000 subscribers.
Very nice. Yeah. He's gonna pull the plug on us, by the way. We helped. We did not help at all.
Tony loves how nuts we are.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you guys are bonkers. I'm like, I know we are. We're out of our minds, and this is us like tame.
Oh yeah.
10 years ago, really bonkers.
Well, off camera, I think we're a little hard to handle.
Oh yeah. People have no clue.
I think we need to listen. We need to bring that. We need to do a show whilst day drinking.
Yes.
A 2-hour Matman.
And go back. Yeah, day drinking Matman.
Right.
Not a nighttime Matman.
I'll take an Uber here and an Uber home. So we're safe.
Yeah.
And then, or I'll fall asleep on your couch.
Yeah.
I'll 619 you on the couch.
My idea
Coco
was
fell
to do
asleep on
that
my
today.
couch once. You remember what I did to him?
You 619 him.
I 619
or you 69 him.
Both. It led into a 69. I drew all over his face.
Oh yeah.
I drew dicks all over his face.
Classic move.
Okay. And then I started stacking on his head.
Yeah.
It's flat.
Yeah.
He has a flat top, like a Dick Tracy villain.
Yeah, exactly.
And I started stacking all my salts, like my spices.
Yeah.
And I had it like this high on his head. Fantastic.
He's a deep sleeper.
I put a pickle in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He was so drunk and out cold. I tormented him for like 15 minutes and he still wouldn't wake up.
And you got worried. You were like...
And then I slapped him right in the face. And then everything collapsed on him.
Who did I slap last time I was drinking? It wasn't you.
It wasn't.
It may have been... I may have smacked Coco.
It could have been
I
possible.
may have just like giving him like a little...
Well, when he was telling you that he's a flat earther, I think that was the moment.
That may have been it.
Bro, how do we know?
I don't get very aggressive. I always ask politely. So if I want to smack somebody, I always say like, "Yo, can I smack you right now?" And usually the answer is yes.
Yeah, always. Always.
Getting chopping.
I don't know who Lashley's fighting.
Chopping broccoli. You ready for more?
Yeah.
This is from Balor Club Guy. Happy WrestleMania Saturday. I feel Cody should win, but I think Roman holds onto that title for 1,000 days. How would you guys book Cody versus Roman on Sunday?
They're gonna have to have a hell of a match, and I think Cody needs to win it. I get why Roman going to 1,000 is important, but I think having Cody with the title is a little bit more. Having that big moment, it's really this story. When you look at analytics and you talk about, like the drivers in this company, I think they are in a boom. They're getting there. It is a boom period again, like 2016.
Yes.
2015, 2016. Things were heating up for them. Now, I'm not saying that it was... I don't know if it's equivalent to it or what, but we're in a positive upswing right now. This is the best WWE's been in a very long time.
I agree with you. I think, more eyes are on the product. I do want Cody to win, but I also want him to win clean. Because you could do a million...
No. He has to win clean in the ring. Yeah.
You could do a million shenanigans, right? Night 1, Usos lose. All right? Night 2, backstage segment, Roman is like, yo, what the F? You guys suck. Sikoa turns on him. Roman's out there by himself to face Cody.
They're going to have to do that.
Dustin Rhodes running.
I saw somebody posted a video, and they were like, Cody wins, and then Goldust music hits, and they hug it in the ring. Oh, yeah. But you know what, though? If you are going to allow him, isn't that the moment that you allow him to like show up, be like, okay, you could go in the ring. You could go in the ring and hug your brother,
Why not,
It's a huge moment. Their dad never got there. Goldust never got there.
I think have the whole family at ringside.
This is the biggest moment in that family's professional career.
Absolutely.
Dusty never headlined WrestleMania. You are the man if you headline WrestleMania in some capacity.
Wild, right? All right, back to questions. This is from BC Knight off of Twitch. With his new hairstyle, is Vince eligible to join House Zayn?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
This was the only question I wanted you to answer.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, 100%. That dye job is great.
This is from B Dave 1993. Who's singing the national anthem tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Who is singing the national anthem?
It's Becky
MG.
G is the name.
What'd you say, Jonathan?
Becky G is tonight. She's a pop artist, and then tomorrow is a country music artist,
Blake Shelton.
Jimmy Allen, and they're not doing the national anthem. They're both doing America the Beautiful.
America the Beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see. This is from
thank you for that.
MCASP.
It's a whole team here.
Who dethrones MJF and when? Cole, Omega, Hangman, or someone else? I'd love for Kingston to do it after Grand Slam, but MJF wins it back.
That's a great question. I don't know. Like, and I seriously, I don't know. I have heard nothing about him losing. Okay. Normally I hear like, well, we have this in mind, we have that in mind. You know that they're going to do the Pillars match, right?
Yes.
We're working towards that.
I think it's going to be one of those three. I think that's where it's going to be. They're going to build someone up.
Jungle Boy?
It's going to take a year.
I don't.
Jungle Boy has the most crossover potential, you know.
To not yet.
Two not yet?
Two you not yet.
Two other world.
You know why?
Other
I'm going
languages.
to tell you.
Yeah.
Other language music.
Do you like other language wrestling also?
I love other language wrestling.
Big fan.
The Japanese language wrestling, the Mexican wrestling, the
turn your mic off.
What do you say? Oh yeah,
that's way too horny.
I like the Spanish language wrestling.
I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
If you get a key to the city, does that key just open everyone's house in the city?
Yeah. MJF is roaming around in Oyster Bay, Long Island, just going into everybody's home.
Hello, are you in there?
Hello.
Moving on. I think honestly, like to answer your question, MCASP. If they're doing a pillar, I would say Jungle Boy.
If they're doing a pillar,
right?
Yeah.
If they're doing somebody else, it's got to be like a Punk. If Punk comes back.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like right now, they're not. This is gonna sound wrong, but go work through my thought process.
Sure.
The company's still very young, right? You made MJF.
Yeah.
They made him.
Yeah.
Like he's the man. If you're developing a guy, like Rich said, you got to spend the next year telling me that this guy is the guy. Over and over and over again.
Right.
It can't just be Jungle Boy winning with a roll-up. And then now Jungle Boy, Luke Perry's son, is the world champion. No, because it's not going to help him. He's not at the level of MJF.
Right.
MJF broke out. He did it.
He did, yeah.
And think about, he broke out where you have a Hangman Page, and you have an Omega, and you have a Punk, and you have a Jericho,
and
you have a Moxley.
Yeah.
You have all these guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you look at the lineage of that title, you have to have it mean everything.
Right.
Still. Not that it won't mean anything with Jungle Boy, but when he does have it, it has to mean tremendous for the company. Not for him. It has to mean for the company. You know, the belt makes the man makes the belt. I don't think the belt's making MJF.
No.
I think it's just a perfect fit. I think it just makes sense. This is how you got to do it. I think for a Jungle Boy or a Darby right now, or a Sami, the belt's making them.
Yeah.
It's too early.
I agree with you.
Take your time. You have so much time. Take your time.
This is a good one.
But again, we didn't answer. Who should take it off of him?
Again, if it's Pillars, Jungle Boy at some point.
Yeah. But if not, let's say Chicago. He's dropping a title in Chicago. Who does he drop it to?
A returning Punk. Or Danielson.
You know what? That would get booed out that fucking building.
You think so?
I don't know. You know, that's a great question, right? Do you? Great question for the chat room.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to ask this, and if you want to make this into a clip, MG, make it into a clip and put it on Twitter. If Punk comes back and they're in the United Center, because that's the other rumor that they're going to book,
right,
or they're thinking about booking the United Center for All Out. This was I had a lot of people were talking about this last year, that it was time to move it out of that building for a number of reasons. One, you're in Huffman Estates.
Yep.
Right? Which I have no problem. I thought that hotel's good enough. What did we say? In a Hyatt? There's a Marriott and there's a Hyatt. Oh, yeah, you did not stay in the same.
I did not stay in the hotel. I found like a great hotel at half the price, like right across the street.
Yeah. If you are staying now in Chicago proper, it's more hoopla.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's part of it too. Bigger building. But does that building boo CM Punk if he's facing off against MJF and he wins the title? Does Chicago turn on Punk? Or is he so engraved in Chicago where
Chicago would never turn on Punk? What about Ricky Starks?
You want to hear me say Chicago? No, Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago. You want to hear me say Boston? Boston.
Can you clip that, MJ? Andrew running through the cities in America. El Paso. Did you hear Janine moved to El Paso? The Janine. That's a good question. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This is a super chat from friend of the show, Cadillac Carson.
Caddy.
Each of the 4 main characters from Seinfeld have a WrestleMania match.
Oh, yeah.
Who do they wrestle? Or do they all 4 just face the Judgment Day?
Judgment Day?
Maybe they face Legado del Fantasma.
Judgment Day? What Judgment Day?
Why am I wrestling?
Why am I wrestling Judgment Day? I don't want to die. Judgment Day.
Oh.
Kramer is... No, I got it. You ready?
Kramer versus Sabu.
Kramer ends up wrestling... I was going to say Bobby Lashley, but that's...
No.
I don't want to go there. He's going to end up... He opens the door and he crashes into Braun Strowman, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta figure this out and whatever. He ends up like doing a business with him, and like he joins the dummy squad, right? So that's like it's like a thing. George, however, really f's up.
Okay.
George screws up totally.
Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar, right? Jerry is feuding with Judgment Day.
Okay.
Elaine cannot deal with Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
I would just have them. That's such a wicked idea in the chat room. That's great. How do you do it? Judgment Day. It's definitely Judgment Day. I take it all back. It's Judgment Day.
I'll go with Braun and Kramer, but Kramer somehow like pays him off. And then it cuts to them hanging out at the coffee shop.
Yeah, and then he's like, listen, he goes, you smoke cigars. I got a couple Cubans.
Right. Oh, these are nice. You know?
But he's like, how about I send over a couple Cubans? And he's like, okay, great. But they're Dominican dudes.
There you go.
That's the finish.
That's the finish.
I just watched that episode. Great episode.
George versus Brock works, and it cuts. If this was an episode of Seinfeld, it basically cuts off when George gets an F5. You see him leaving Brock's shoulders, and then you cut to black. And then
Judgment Day.
Jerry has to somehow face Roman Reigns. Where it's just like somehow like he's talking to Paul Heyman, and he kind of accidentally big mans Roman Reigns.
Oh man!
And then he's like, "Hey, listen, this is my guy. Like, what are you doing?" Blah blah. Blah. And he gets into like this whole feud with Roman Reigns, but escapes pretty much with his life every time.
Something with the belt. They screw up, and something happens to the title belt.
Yeah.
They lose the title belt. Fantastic.
It's resolved by him picking up like Afa and Sika from the airport.
Great.
And then he's like, "Oh, you know my kid?" He's like, "I know your kid." You know,
and they're doing the whole like they're eating the fruit in the back, and there's like food everywhere. Oh my god.
He has to deal with the wild Samoans.
You know what? That's why the car. Remember the fruit was in the engine.
Yes, that's right.
Food. That's how it happened. That was the smell. They put all the groceries in the front.
Oh, Cadillac Carson said Elaine versus Carmella.
Elaine versus Carmella is great.
That's great. When are we doing Seinfeld, man?
Oh, man. I love that show so much.
What? MG has never seen an episode, right?
Well,
I've seen one episode.
We know why.
One episode. Which episode was it?
You know which one. I've already told you.
The Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one.
The soup.
No.
The soup
end?
Yeah, the soup end. This is from the Shadow Ranger. They call Mania the Super Bowl of wrestling. So you got 3 tickets to the Super Bowl. Which 2 wrestlers do you take with you? Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Oh, yeah.
Front row.
Front row with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and they're just mocking everything.
Classic. Who do you take with you?
Well, who's going to be chatty with me? I need someone chatty.
Who's going to hang out?
Is Austin going to be chatty? Because I'd love to sit there next to Austin and have a couple drinks.
What do you think about this? I'm going to go to the concession stand. Do you want a big pretzel?
Oh, man. Can you imagine if Austin bought me a big pretzel? Wouldn't that be like the greatest moment of your life?
I think if you go to an event with Austin and he's real fanboyed out, like he's wearing a replica belt, he's wearing like a Judgment Day shirt, he's got like a Macho Man hat on, and he's like, "You ready to have some fun? Let's go. You want a big pretzel? I'll be right back."
He complains about the price.
You want a big foam finger?
Do you know how much I paid for a Tito's soda at the Garden?
Oh, did you get a double?
$32 effing dollars.
Did you get a double or a single?
$32 for a double.
No, thank you. That's like City Field too. City Field, I think it's like 26 for a double.
I just steal it at City Field. I'll just go behind there.
Just dip in.
Yeah.
You want a big foam finger?
Who are the 2 wrestlers that I would want to? You know what? Current wrestlers?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Easy. Damian Priest.
Okay.
I want to hang with that dude because he's cool.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? Bobby Lashley.
All right.
I want to hang out with those 2. They'd seem fun. The New Day. That's another one.
Yeah, New Day.
Yeah, easy.
I was going to say the New Day.
Any of the New Day. I want to watch wrestling with the New Day.
Straight up hang out with
They would get all the jokes. They would get the comic book shit. They get the video game stuff.
Maybe
I could ask
the Usos.
I could ask them which wrestler would be best as Hank McCoy.
There you
go.
Let's see what we got here. This is another one from BC Knight. Over under 65% chance Jay White debuts in WWE at the Raw after Mania.
0.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's happening.
This is from NCASP. So Brian Cage resigned?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Or resigned?
Resigned.
Resigned. The American language, folks. English language. It's spelled the same way.
Oh, wait a minute. Danhausen in Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry's doing his bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Great. Jerry's doing his thing. He does his bit. It's an okay set. Danhausen goes up there, and he does like his mumbly thing and this thing.
Kills. Yeah.
Kills. And Jerry can't understand.
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
I think we did this already.
So Kramer tells him, we did do this. Kramer convinces him, you gotta do, it's the macabre. You gotta be macabre. And he starts doing it. He's like,
Jerry starts
and
doing
everybody's giving him bad advice, and they're like, no, you got to do a cape.
Mm-hmm.
So he does it. He puts on the cape, and everybody starts booing him.
I look like Bela Lugosi.
I look like Bela Lugosi.
I think that would be
Judgment Day. What Judgment Day?
I could also see somehow Danhausen ending up in the dresser drawers. Kramer's dresser drawers.
Yeah, he's friends with Kramer.
Mm-hmm.
He hangs out with Newman and Kramer and the other guy the little guy.
He would
hang out with. That's the
Kenny.
Crew. Kenny?
Is it Kenny?
Not Kenny. Kenny's the cop.
The LP? No. Okay.
What was his name?
I forgot. I could have sworn it was Kenny. Or have him be Steinbrenner's nephew.
Oh my God! It's Steinbrenner's nephew.
You gotta take care of my nephew, George.
George, you gotta take care of my nephew.
It was RJ City that you booked that exact same thing.
It was RJ City. Listen, I love RJ so much. I don't know why. I've spoken to him like a handful of times, like twice.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely adore everything that man does.
Oh, he's great.
Top to bottom. His comedy is so out there.
Yeah.
And it connects with me.
I'd hang out with him at WrestleMania.
I would. Oh, you know what? That's the one.
Mm.
I want to hang out with RJ City at WrestleMania. There you go.
I know your other pick is.
Who?
Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, yeah. That's the two. That's it. It's RJ City on one side and Ahmed Johnson on the other. But Ahmed's got to wear those Daisy Dukes.
Adrian's Aaron right in the middle.
He has to wear that crop top and Daisy Dukes that he wore in that press photo.
Fantastic. I want to see a picture of you at a future WrestleMania sandwiched between John Alba and Chris Van Vliet.
No, that's too dangerous.
Is it too much?
Too much. Too much sexy happening.
This is from Noob & Co. With Natalia Markova is not signed with NWA, which wrestling promotion, where will she be signed? WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, or Impact? Also, kudos to the Billy Corgan interview a few weeks ago. Thank you.
I think she could do well in ROH.
Yeah.
I think that's where she should go. I don't know what WWE would do anything with her in developmental, but
I feel like she would go to Impact for some reason. I don't know. It's like a gut feeling.
That works too. That's a good question.
Ooh, Danielson's on
RJ's. Oh, great.
I got to watch the Jeff Jarrett one.
So good.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah. And great.
This is from NCASP. Top 3 people you'd want to interview in wrestling this year, non-kayfabe. Austin
always.
Yeah.
Hey, sons of bitches, I watch you on WOL every week.
Talking that rich with my voice.
Do you want a foam finger? They're very expensive. I'll buy you one. I don't care.
And how about popcorn, Steve?
All right, small is good.
Small's perfect.
Small's good.
It just doesn't want to spend the money on concessions, even though he'll probably get them for free.
He realizes how ridiculous it is. Top 3 people I want to interview non-kayfabe this year in wrestling.
Austin. He's
CM Punk.
CM Punk. All right.
Austin. And I will say Moxley.
Moxley's good. I would throw Jay White in there as a personal thing.
Yeah, Jay White.
Moxley for sure.
Very realistic if we really wanted to. No, except probably not Austin and Punk, but everybody else.
He's watching right now.
Austin is watching. Steve, just call us, please.
Steve, call the hotline. Imagine if we do that again and then you get a call, a Texas number. Who is this?
Son of a bitch.
I would buy you the large popcorn.
This is from JJ Montgomery. What is your best guess for returns, call-ups, or debuts for Monday?
I know that Randy, they're saying, is not ready, but I think Randy could show up. Maybe Braun Breaker, main roster.
Okay.
Boy, are they glad that he's not a Steiner today.
Yes. Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
What a dumb
Riddle.
What a dum-dum. Seriously.
But Jericho actually commented on this. He's like, yeah, of course. He's like, why is everybody surprised? This guy's a bully.
Yeah.
He was always a bully. He treated us like shit in the locker room about Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
He's like, why is everybody surprised at
Was
this?
it Rick or Scott?
It was Rick.
Okay.
Rick did it.
Wow. I don't know why I saw Scott.
Now people are asking what happened.
They're weird. Hey,
I don't know
go
how
online.
much you want to
Go
elaborate.
online and read it.
Go online and read it. It's unfortunate.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He said some bad things. Let's just say that.
He said some bad things to a current wrestler on Impact.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate because
I don't know.
Dumb move.
I don't know. Fucking enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You're still in the limelight in some capacity. Shut the fuck up and just be happy.
Exactly.
Just enjoy yourself.
Well, I don't think. I think
to yourself.
I think.
I just hope it doesn't affect his son. That's all.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not fair. It's not fair
He
for it to
get
affect his son,
blowback.
and I don't think he should.
It's not hard to be a little self-aware.
Yeah, be a little fucking self-aware.
Yeah.
You're thinking it. You're thinking it. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But whatever.
Who does Orange Cassidy lose the title to? It's time.
It's time.
Goldberg.
Who's next?
Mhm.
Yeah, Bill Goldberg. There you go.
Imagine Bill Goldberg versus Orange Cassidy. Headbutts the locker room.
No, he does a slow headbutt on him.
Goldberg wrestling Orange Cassidy,
He was
but he's
so
doing,
no
He's
sell
doing
those
the Orange
kicks.
Cassidy
Yeah.
spot.
He was so no sell those kicks, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the questions right now. You want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
All right. Let's Goldberg versus MJF has to happen. Guys, give us one more like really juicy and fantastic
give us
question.
something really juicy.
Give us a good one. Like a real good one.
You know what I'm gonna have right after this? I'm gonna have a martini.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Homemade?
Yeah,
Connor
dirty
has
martini.
one here that's
I'm gonna have a dirty
interesting. And this-
martini.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I haven't
This-
ate anything today.
So you're gonna get like extra
Literally,
nuts right now?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have an effing martini. I'm gonna ask Jess, can you make me a martini?
Very
Dirty
nice.
Martini. I'm gonna sit in front of the TV and I'm gonna watch NXT.
That sounds good. And you're gonna fall asleep and miss
This-
wrestling.
This
And I'm
leads
gonna
into
miss all
that.
of
That leads
wrestling.
right into this question.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
Connor Augustine. Gents, enjoy the weekend. Does Waller and Gargano steal the weekend?
I don't think
could.
so. No,
Yeah, I don't think
they
so
don't.
either.
There's too many good matches.
Fair point.
That is a very fair point. I'm gonna tell you though, Connor. Like, and this is me, right? And I'll. My shortcoming is that I am not invested. I have many shortcomings.
Yeah. I got a lot of long ones.
I got a lot of long comings and I got a lot of shortcomings.
You got a
also.
couple of Whitney Cummings too.
I got a couple of Whitney Cummings.
Jeez.
I'm not into NXT. It's done for me.
Yeah.
Like you told me that this doesn't matter anymore. None of this matters because by the time they come up, it's a new guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do think
Alan Cummings. I have a lot of Alan
They're
Cummings.
trying to
a few
get
of
back
those.
to that, though. They're trying to get back to that old way where they develop a character and then bring them up. I hope that's what happens. But
MG, I got a
you're
question
right
for you.
to a point. Oh, boy, here we go. Yes.
Sorry to cut you off, but I meant to. How fucking drunk are you going to get today?
Probably not as drunk as I was last night.
I know you got wasted last night. I felt it.
You felt it in the chat?
I felt it through the phone.
Andrew woke me up today.
I know. I was hysterical.
Yeah,
America needs you, buddy.
America needs you, dude.
For some reason, I was sitting there, I was watching TV, and I was like, yo, I bet this dude is fucking obliterated right now.
MG was like just screaming at the top of his lungs. 1776 will commence again. I have no idea what he's trying to say to me.
Shivering. Like, slept out in the woods. Did you sleep in the woods last night?
Yeah, he always sleeps in the woods, bro.
I imagine when you get like real wasted.
You know where the wild things live? That's where he lives.
I imagine when you get like real fucking gnarly wasted.
Fuck you, Mom. I'm going to the woods.
Because you got a big property. You just peel all your clothes off and walk out and just fucking fall asleep on the dirt and just like wake up.
That might be a true story.
You wake up like a werewolf like the next day.
Come out, he digs the hole. He just sleeps in a trench.
Where am I? Like the Hulk turning back to Bruce Banner. What happened? What did I do last night? Your pants are all fucking ripped.
Okay, I got one last question for you.
No, wait.
We're not done laughing.
Changing the subject.
It's a fucking animal.
What did I do last night? Like fucking claw marks on your chest.
He's all beast-like. He's searching Mandy Rose leaks.
That's you, dude.
Oh man, so good.
Lost it.
He did say
that.
he said it was a true story. Like, what has that happened before? Listen. I'm gonna preface this by saying, like, if I get like real wasted, I have no problem getting effing naked and like I'll pass out on my floor.
Any hints on Tony Khan's announcement? Yeah, it's the new TV show or the London show later this summer. Very late summer.
In-ring competition.
What's your take on Tony Khan's booking recently?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it was good. Good. What was your question, MG?
No, this is the question. I put it up for you.
Oh, okay.
My chest hurts.
What have I done?
What have I done?
We had it reminds. Can I tell a quick dirty story?
Yeah, give me a quick dirty
It
story.
reminds me of we went to New Orleans for a friend's bachelor party, and we slept like 3 to a room, and it was 2 beds. So the night 1 I shared a bed with my buddy Bobby, and then night 2 I had the bed by myself.
Gross.
Bobby's very small, so it like worked out.
I can't do it.
But he was like, he came back at like 5 in the morning one night. I went to bed early, and I woke up, and he was like, "Yeah, just tell me about this really old lady at the bar." And he was like, "Yeah, I was like talking to this old lady the entire time." And then our other friend was like, "Yeah, dude, it was really weird. I don't know what happened." I was like, "Did you get a hand job from that old lady?" And he didn't confirm or deny, but the joke was that when he thinks back about that moment, Johnny Cash is hurt. Like, what have
Dirty
I
Man
become?
The Dirty Man episode. All right, that's it. We're done. We're out of here.
Yeah,
we got. All right, guys. Listen, enjoy the day. Enjoy the. Ted DiBiase fell.
Hey, everybody's got a price.
Enjoy the day. Enjoy wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Don't go crazy. Actually, you should go bonkers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a martini.
Be cool to each other.
Tomorrow, Wrestling Observer Live tomorrow. Rich is joining me live. Doing a preview. Oh, yeah. We're doing the Jeff Hardy.
Would they be upset if we just did that for an hour?
For an hour, yeah. Yeah. Wrestling Observer Live with Rich tomorrow. And that's it. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.